Avino's in its 55th year of being in business. We've got 37 years of production since I became president in the mid-2000s, delivered on 3 expansions, and now we're delivering a 5-year plan, which is a clear path to transformational growth. We're planning a major expansion, which I'll go through. This is to warn you, I'll be making some forward-looking statements. So we're located in the state of Durango, in the heart of Mexico, on the Sierra Madre Silver Belt. Several billion ounces exist here, including past production. Our portfolio is 3 assets: the producing Avino mine, which produced 2.6 million ounces of silver equivalent last year. We're on pace to do 3 million this year. La Preciosa, which we acquired from Coeur last year. It's the adjoining property, tripled our ounces. We're 368 million ounces of silver equivalent, so highly levered to silver. That project, we're breaking ground this year. We're hoping that it'll start to deliver some ore by the end of the year. Our mill is capable of 2,500 tons per day, and we're only processing at 2,200 tons per day. An oxide tailings project. This is the waste pile, and from when we mined in the open pit in the 70s and 80s, a large endowment of oxidized material is sitting at the bottom. So we completed 150 drill holes last year and metallurgical test work, and we're doing a pre-feasibility study on reprocessing that. And those are the 3 drivers of our growth over the next 5 years. We came out with a new resource estimate a few weeks ago, 368 million ounces of silver equivalent from 70 million tons. So at 2,500 tons per day, that's 70 years of mine life. We're not going to take 70 years, and that's why we're planning this major expansion. 60% of that is pure silver. What we accomplished in 2022 was the acquisition of La Preciosa. We also completed the construction of a dry stack tailing storage facility. This is the state-of-the-art, safest way to store tailings, because we suck all the moisture out and we deposit dry material on the ground which can't move. And so we're proud of that. That was a $5 million investment, and that's being commissioned right now. La Preciosa mine plan's been put together. We're just completing surface agreements with the local ejidos, the local village people, and we're planning to start permitting in the next few weeks. Underground development at the Avino mine outperformed. We produced 2.6 million ounces of silver equivalent last year. Our plan was to produce 2.4, so we outproduced what we expected. We drilled 15,000 meters of drilling last year. Cheap drilling. We own our own drills, so we drill for about $100 a meter, where the rest of North America charges about $300. So we're finding ounces for very cheap. Our resource discovery cost is about 50 cents per ounce. Here you can see drilling below the Avino mine. The blocks there represent the next 3 years of mine life that's blocked out. And because we're looking long-term, we drilled from surface below that, and we extended the mineralization with 16 holes by 300 meters below the bottom of the mine. And this is very exciting because it's never been drilled there. The mine's been around for hundreds of years. It was discovered in 1558 by Captain Iber of Cortez's army. They claim to have found a mountain of silver, and after all these years, we're still finding more. And there's a potential that it's a porphyry system, so we're looking into that. We're excited about the future on Avino. Here's our 43101. You can see what the shapes look like, the measured, indicated, and inferred. Here's La Preciosa, so 19 kilometers away from our mill, paved road door to door. So it's easy trucking, hauling. It's going to be a low footprint. We paid $30 million in upfront consideration, which was 10 cents on the dollar what Coeur paid when they bought Orco in 2013 for $350 million. So basically we stole it, and so now it just makes sense because we're not competing for resources. Here you can see is geologically de-risked, 1,500 drill holes. About $50 million was spent on drilling with Pan American Silver, Orco, and Coeur. You can see the red represents between 150 to 500 grams silver, so it's high-grade material. And here you can see in the red, this is above 500 grams, so there's super high-grade areas in there running in the kilograms. La Preciosa has 17.4 million metric tons, or 113 million ounces of silver equivalent, and another 24 million inferred. Here's the initial plan for Gloria. This is the vein that we're going to start with this year, put in a decline. We're going to ramp down. We're going to tunnel over it to Abundancia and then to Martha, which is going to make up our ultimate plan, which is to get it to 1,500 tons per day. Here's a beautiful slide. So in 2023, we're expecting to produce about 3 million ounces of silver equivalent. When La Preciosa comes online, that's the middle area, and then the oxide tailings. So we're planning 300% growth from where we are now. And if you look at the line here, that's our all-in sustaining cost, not our cash costs. Our cash costs are about $12. All-in sustaining is everything. And we're below $18, and we're expecting it to drop between $10 and $12 as we expand. Here's our production profile. Currently, we produce about 43% silver, 20% gold, and 37% copper, and it's going to rise in silver as we bring on the other two projects. And here's the transformation. So if you look at, you got $20 silver, $25 silver, and $30 silver. If you look in the fifth year, 2028, and go back, you look at the projected EBITDA for that year. So at $30 silver, it's $100 million. The market will value it 10 times that. So we'll be a billion-dollar company based on today's parameters. Currently, we're $120 million market cap. We've got research. Many of the people here in the room cover us. Some of the brokers have targets between $1.25 and $2 US. Trades on the NYSE American, very liquid, 250 to 1 million shares a day in New York, 35,000 to 100,000 shares a day on Toronto, market cap of 116 million Canadian. We're currently around 98 cents a share. Coeur is our largest shareholder from the acquisition. They own 14 million shares, followed by management. We have 118 million shares outstanding and 134 million fully diluted. So why invest? Because we're a primary silver producer and explorer. So what separates us from a lot of the explorers is we can monetize our results quicker because we have the infrastructure and we can sell our product, which we sell to Samsung. So Samsung has been our partner. It's going into their electronics. We're getting calls from auto companies. We're getting calls from all kinds of giant corporations that want the raw materials from an ethical source. And we've been in business for 55 years, so we must have done something right. A lot of leverage to silver, 368 million ounces, which I mentioned earlier. And we're undervalued. When we acquired La Preciosa last March, silver was at 26. Then it dropped to 16. So we haven't re-rated. So we're expecting a re-rating as we deliver on our expansion plans going forward. So the next 5 years are going to be exciting for the company. It's the largest expansion in company history. Thank you very much.